All right, what's up, YouTube? This is BoxingWave, and before we move forward with boxing, let's talk about Jermell Charlo and Tony Harrison situation, okay? And let's move on from that. All right, so basically, I made a video the other day discussing this whole Tony Harrison situation with Jermell Charlo with the squeezable bottle, the Gatorade squeezable bottle, which is covered. It's it was a colored bottle, so it wasn't a clear water bottle. You can't see the contents that were inside. And basically, Jermell Charlo was drinking from this bottle in between rounds, along with the clear water bottle. Okay, now Tony Harrison pointed this out on his Instagram account and basically said that this guy might have been taking some kind of illegal substance, that this is against the rules, and the California State Athletic Commission needs to jump on top of this. And basically, according to Steve Kim from ESPN, the Athletic Commission did release a statement saying that this was inspected before the fight. Okay, not only that, but the VADA also tested Charlo before and after the fight, and he was cleared. Okay, there was an inspector from the commission that allowed, all right, Team Charlo to add two clear water bottles into the Gatorade squeezable bottle before the fight. And the inspector was there to witness it. This is according to the article. Okay. So basically, whatever content, which is water, was put into that bottle was checked before the fight. Like, the inspectors were there. It wasn't a random bottle that was just used, that was just brought to the ring by the cut man, and then it just popped up in the middle of the fight. Okay, the commission already knew about this. This was asked by the cut man on that team if they can bring this water bottle, and it was checked by the commission. Now, what I'm saying is this, and look, I think there was a guy that left a comment basically saying that I accused Jermell Charlo. I don't accuse fighters of stuff. I deliver the news, and I try to give you both sides of it, and which is what I did. Okay, I basically said, like, look, I don't know what's in that bottle. It could just be water, or it could be something illegal. I don't know, and I still don't know. Okay, it might have been expected by the commission. Is it possible that they might have slipped something after it? It's possible. I'm not saying it's not possible, but I'm not saying Jamel Charlo is guilty of anything. Okay, now, based on what Tony Harrison said in his statement, and I started the video with saying that Tony Harrison is saying that this is illegal. We're basing it off what Tony Harrison is saying. Okay, that is supposed to be a clear water bottle. I mean, he's a boxer and he has his own corner. I'm sure he's aware of the rules, and he's saying that this isn't fair because this guy is coming in with an unclear bottle, and that's against the rules. That is illegal. There could be some kind of illegal contents in there, whether it's Gatorade or some kind of the energy drink or anything like that. It could be whatever. Okay, but whatever it is, it's illegal. It might not even be something that will pop on a VADA test. Let's just make this clear. You're not supposed to have that bottle. Now, the commission, the inspector, inspected this before the fight. So is it possible for something everybody's bringing up, Aaron Pryor's fight from years back? Is it possible that it's something mixed? It could be, but I have no proof of that. I have no proof of that. And now that the commission is clearing it, then it's cleared. And that's it. That's it. What I said in my video is that I don't know if there's illegal contents in it. But what I was saying is, regardless of this situation, I think a third fight is warranted regardless, because it's 1-1. Charlo won one fight and Tony Harrison won one fight. Now, I'm not saying that they need to fight right now, but a third fight is warranted. And that was my point, regardless of what happened. I didn't know that he was cleared with VADA already. I assumed that he was cleared because it's been a couple months since that fight. But I said, based on, if nothing comes up in his testing, then there's nothing really to worry about. And it could be an energy drink that doesn't pop on the test. And I think is that is something that should be, that is a concern there. And I said this. I said that it can still be something in there. But I didn't jump the gun. In my video, I never jumped the gun and said that there is some kind of legal substance in this container. There's no way for me to prove that. There's no way, and there's still no way. Now, unless and this is, if you've been around for this channel, I don't accuse fighters of stuff unless they pop dirty. Unless it's actually like proven. I might have my suspicions of certain fighters that don't want to take testing for their fight, stuff like that, like Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. in his recent fight against Daniel Jacobs. I was suspicious there. I'm saying, this guy doesn't want the test. They had to move the fight to a different state to get his license and stuff like that. Those are things that make me suspicious. Okay? But I still have no proof that this guy was actually juicing. And that's my point then, and that's my point now. All right. According to the VADA and the Athletic Commission and you know, there's no real proof that Charlo did anything dirty. You can have your suspicions because people were saying in the comments that, yo, this guy just had a burst of energy later in the fight. He never gets tired. Like I've read comments that Derrick James fighters. You know how many comments I read that Derrick James fighters, they never run out of energy. Errol Spence, Jermell Charlo. We never see these fighters run out of energy. Well, if that's your own speculation. I can't prove that any of them are juicing, and I will never say that any of them are juicing unless they fail a test or unless there's some kind of greater suspicion. But based on a water bottle that they used in a corner that was approved before the fight, I can't say that's enough. That's not enough, and I said that in my previous video. I said this is giving Harrison more of a reason why there should be a third fight. Okay, because of this suspicion. But I said regardless of that suspicion, there should be a third fight only because it's tied 1-1. All right, and Charlo and based on what I seen in the fight, Harrison lost the fight because of a mistake that he made in the fight. Okay, I thought he was being a little too cocky. I think the showboating, and I think he clearly was running out of gas a little bit. But I didn't like the showboating, and I think he was a little too cocky. I think he was just a little too confident, and not. I think cockiness was the issue, and I think that's why he made a mistake and lost. All right, you can make the excuse of Charlo, still having really strong stamina at the end of the fight. I mean, I don't know. Some fighters are better conditioned than others. Tony Harrison have always had conditioning issues in his previous fights. He has lost previous fights where he was winning the fight, like Jarrett Hurd and Willie Nelson, and he lost towards the end because he got burned out. Even in the first Jermell Charlo fight, he got hurt late. All right, so are we going to say that Willie Nelson was on something? Are we going to say that Jarrett Hurd was on something? No, some fighters are just more conditioned, better conditioned than other fighters. So I'm not going to sit here and accuse Jermell of something that I can't prove that he was on. Okay, is it possible? Yes. Is it fact? No, absolutely not. At least based on the information that we have now and the information that we had the day that Tony put this out. No. Is there suspicions? Yes. But you could say that for any fighter at this point. Anybody can just get up and say, oh, he's juicing. Based on, oh, he's not tired towards the end of this fight. What does that actually, what are we saying when we say that? Okay. So anyway, I'm going to move on from that. He's been cleared. Again, a third fight will forever be warranted. But as of right now, Tony needs to get back in the game. I heard him do an interview recently. He's trying to get in there with Alara. J-Rock just recently lost, so J-Rock is going to want his rematch. He mentioned Kell Brook. He mentioned other fighters. Listen, do what you have to do. Do what you have to do at this point. 154, it seems like no one can really have too many title defenses without taking a loss. It's a very competitive division, and we've had upsets in the last year or two, and we're probably going to still keep having them because it's just one of those divisions where no one is above fighting. There's no real A side in the 154 division. Not like that. Anyone can fight anyone at any given time. It's no real mega stars there. So the best is going to continue fighting the best, and that means that we are going to probably keep having losses at some point. But at some point, I would like to see a third fight between the two. It's a lot of bad blood. I thought the second fight was one of the best fights of the year, and that's it. That's my opinion. But as far as I'm concerned, Jermell Charlo is clear, you know, until proven guilty. All right. So I'm gonna move on from that and talk about more new stuff for this week. All right. Peace.